All right, guys, coming to you today with an urgent update because yesterday Donald Trump posted that the US will be making a strategic crypto reserve, and a lot of people thought it was just going to be Bitcoin, but it turns out it's much more than that. We're going to dive into what it is, what it means for crypto, why the markets are correcting and going down so much today after a huge spike yesterday, and what you should be doing from here. So this is the Idiot Genius channel. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, bring you crypto updates, simplify everything for you. And my name's Matt. Let's get into it. So yesterday on Truth Social, Donald Trump announced that this strategic stockpile is not just going to be Bitcoin, but it's also going to be XRP, Solana, Cardano, and Ethereum. And we saw prices soar for all of these assets. I mean, you can see here just in some of these spikes, Cardano went up, I think 70% yesterday. This is absolutely an insane straight up from 0.6 to well over $1. Now it's since corrected, back to 0.8. Bitcoin is corrected all the way back down to where it was yesterday. What does this mean? Why is the market so volatile right now? Well, everyone is waiting for this impending bull market that's going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why I think it is going to happen and why it is still a good time to invest in the market, why I'm continuing to dollar cost average into my positions. And by the way, this is not financial advice. What I'm doing personally is continuing to buy. And here's why. Whenever you hear about new technology or a big change that's happening, whether it's smartphones, whether it's the advent of the internet, whether it's streaming services, anytime there's a major change in technology, in our culture, in the world, it's met with a lot of resistance and a lot of volatility. And there's this fight back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until eventually the new tech prevails. You have a lot of people that do not want Bitcoin or any cryptocurrencies to be taken seriously because they're not invested in them. They're holding things like gold. They're holding things like OG stocks, and Bitcoin going up does not benefit them. So they're using their power, their influence, their media to try to suppress the prices, to try to keep it down. In the end, technology and ease and fairness in equality in pricing is always going to win. And the fact of the matter is, crypto solves a problem. Right now, there is a huge problem where the government, the banks control our money. Inflation is out of control. We can't send and receive money easily. Long distances, large amounts of money, it's difficult to do, right? Crypto solves a lot of real world problems. And so if you zoom out and you stop looking at these charts that are up 70% one day, down 40% the next day, and this chaos that's happening day to day, and you zoom out and you say, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, will this likely be something that continues to be around and be solving a problem? For me, the answer is absolutely yes. And that's why even when pricing looks crazy and there's all this fear in the market, I'm still continuing to buy, because the way that you win in this game is thinking long term. Let's dive in a little bit. What do we have here? Well, this is Trump unveiling his digital asset plan, right? 5 cryptocurrencies he's eyeing are Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and ADA, which is a pretty interesting selection. Obviously, Bitcoin and Ethereum makes sense. I literally think what they did here is just came to crypto and they looked at the top 10, and that's really it. They said Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether's just the dollar, so that doesn't matter. XRP, so you got the top 3. Skipped BNB, which is kind of funny. Solana, number 4, and then USDC is also just a match to the dollar, and then you got Cardano. So they literally just took the top 5 coins minus BNB, which is Binance, and put them into this digital asset stockpile. Now he says here, and this is the most important part, and he's been saying this since he got elected and even a little bit before, I will make sure the US is the crypto capital of the world. Trump wrote on Truth Social. And when he makes promises like this, one thing you have to say, whether you love him or hate him, it doesn't matter. He tends to back up his words in this type of way, especially when it comes to finance and business. He's very proud of his ability to make change. So if he comes out and says that blatantly over and over again, I will make sure the US is the crypto capital of the world. You have to understand what that means. We're not just talking about, Bitcoin prices are going to go up. The main thing right now that's making places like Dubai and Singapore arguably much more the crypto capital of the world than the US is regulation and taxes. Right now, if you live in the US and you want to get in early on a crypto fund and you want to invest into a company, it's very, very difficult to do. Sometimes it's illegal or impossible. If that changes and the US becomes on par with places like Singapore and Dubai as far as crypto regulation, it's going to be absolutely massive for crypto and massive for America. America. Now, the other piece of this is taxes. And right now, crypto is taxed pretty similarly to other assets. Imagine that they made crypto tax-free in America. How many people would come to America and start their crypto projects here? So this could be absolutely huge. And that's why I'm encouraging you guys to think zoomed out a bit. Think longer term. Should you take your whole portfolio and dump it into a coin right now? Absolutely not. The market is still extremely risky. We are going to find a place of stability eventually, especially with how much crypto Trump and his administration are currently buying. BlackRock, we know all of these major players that do not lose, right? BlackRock, they know what they're doing. There's a little bit of an inside game going on. So when you see them making moves of this magnitude, when you see Eric Trump and the Trump administration making moves of this magnitude, you have to skate where the puck is going and do not buy into the fear, do not buy into the narrative that this wasn't a bull market and the crypto markets are dead. All of that is just fear to get the prices to stay low so they can continue accumulating until it's time to really push the right narrative. So of these 5 tokens, which one do I think is going to perform the best? Well, if we look at the numbers, I mean, Bitcoin is at 85,000. It's likely that this could do easily a 2x from here, maybe a 3x if we really get a bull market, but it's really not probable that in the next year or so, Bitcoin goes above 150 or 200K. That's pretty insane, right? Whereas Ethereum hasn't even hit its all-time high from last cycle, which was almost $5,000. So we're down still like 60% from all-time high. So Ethereum doing a 2x from here is very probable. It wouldn't even take it that far over its previous all-time high. So I think Ethereum doing a 3 to 4x this run is very likely if we start to catch some momentum. Now, XRP is in an interesting position. If we pull up this chart, you can see that the all-time high, it just about touched again, right? At around $3. So we're coming up into price discovery. We are at 139 billion, but honestly, this could keep running. XRP has such a cult following, and that's funny to say about like a financial token, but XRP holders are die hard and they're going to hold this to the moon. And I think that this narrative, especially with Trump really starting to back XRP, they won their lawsuit. They're now starting to really catch a bid. I think that this could also do a 3 or 4x, and I could see this getting to well over $500 billion here. Next, we have Solana. Solana topped out at also previous market high. Also previous bull market high, right? Around 260, 270. And the thing about Solana is that it's going to be tough to gain momentum like they had when Trump launched his meme token. Like when we saw this spike up to 260, 270 a couple months ago, that was all of the meme coin frenzy. And on top of that, the president of the United States launching his meme token. It's going to be really tough to beat that. Now, do I think Solana recovers? Absolutely. I think we will see all-time highs. I think we'll see Solana at 300, 400, maybe 500, but people calling for like $1,000, $2,000 Solana within the next year or so, I think is pretty unrealistic. I think that Solana really needs to do something besides just being the meme coin. It's a great project. It's super profitable because there's a lot of people trading on it. So there's like a business here, but what do we do to get from 250 to 1,000? What brings 4x more money into this project? I don't know. That's why I would say I'm not quite as bullish on Solana. Now, Cardano just been under the radar a little bit more, but what you need to realize is if this token can pump 60-70% in one day, that's tens of billions of dollars of money coming into it out of the blue when this has been sitting at basically down 90-95% for 3 or 4 years. You awoke the sleeping giant. And if it can move that quick, that much, then if we actually get a bull market, if the Trump strategic reserve narrative actually really catches fire and Cardano is the smallest market cap project in this strategic reserve, it's going to absolutely fly. And I think that this one potentially out of the 5 has the biggest gains to offer. Because if we look at the total market cap, Cardano's at 30 billion. We have Solana 73 billion, so about 2.5 times the size of it. And then XRP is another 2 times from that, 140 billion. And then we get to Ethereum 250 and obviously Bitcoin 1.7 trillion. So when you look at the size size of these. Cardano is tiny in comparison to Ethereum, to Bitcoin, even to XRP, right? So you have to think that if they start to group these together and really push them as this strategic reserve, as this whole product, this unit, that Cardano has the most to gain. Now, does that mean that I'm going all in on Cardano? No, I think if I had some money, I wanted to invest in these, I would still stay heavy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then from there, I would probably go a little bit harder into Cardano and XRP. I just feel like Solana might not push as hard because it already had this run. I'm also already holding Solana, so I don't feel like I need to add to my position here. But comment down below, let me know what you guys think of this move and what you're looking to invest in this next couple of months. I'm going to be doing a video on AI and RWA coins coming up later this week or early next, because that's really where I'm looking to scoop on these dips for the big gains. I think these are a little bit safer because anytime you have America, the president, the government vouching for something, it puts a little stability behind it. But that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys on the next one.